to that same runway.
LaGuardia has been shut down at least until 2 this afternoon Eastern Time. President Trump's threat to go after Iran's power plants if Tehran did not reopen the Strait of Hormuz is being put on hold. The president posted on Truth Social this morning that the U.S. and Iran have had what he called very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. On this news, Dow futures are up 700 points. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
WSM weather.
From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your first alert forecast.
After an incredibly warm weekend, temperatures will be much cooler today. I'm WSMV4 First Alert Meteorologist Melanie Layden. Expect highs to be back in the low 60s today, pretty seasonable for this time of the year. A mix of sunshine and clouds this afternoon, low temperatures down to the 40s overnight. We will gradually warm throughout the week, potentially seeing another record breaker back in the 80s by Thursday.
Good morning, I'm David Reed, sitting in for Charlie Matos with your sports headlines for the day. March Madness is in full effect this weekend, and a lot of upsets going on. If you're Tennessee Vols fans, good news for you is the Vols, they are still dancing. They're headed into the Sweet 16 after a 79-72 win over Virginia on Sunday night. They will take on Iowa State. That same Iowa State team sent home the Kentucky Wildcats over the weekend with an 82-63 win. Two defensive teams in that one. That could be a rock fight between those two teams. Vanderbilt Commodores, they're on their way back to Music City as well, following a heartbreaking loss to Nebraska 74-72. And the reigning national champions, the Florida Gators, upset on Sunday night as they saw their season come to an end. A late three by the Iowa Hawkeyes, and the Gators were sent home in defeat, 73-72. It's been a big year in NASCAR already for Tyler Reddick. He won his fourth race in the 2026 season. He is well on his way to solidifying himself as one of the true championship contenders. And they're off next weekend, but they're going to sure he'll be in the mix.
Bill Cody in the morning, WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Welcome Cody on this Monday morning. Hello, and we are happy to have you along for the ride. We are, as we said, inching into Monday. There is no need to be jumping into the deep end today. Everybody here is like, let's just see and test the waters. We are slowly walking in as if you were on a beach.
I wish I
it's like
were.
Toes in, then up to maybe your ankles. Then we might be knee deep a little bit later on.
Maybe.
But we're not there yet.
Nope.
So just take your time, get some coffee, and hang out with us. We're in our Simply Superior studio here at the A-Cuff House. Annie Nye is here. David Reed is filling in today for Charlie Matos, who got in super late last night, coming in off of New York City, being there for Carnegie Hall, the big show that happened over the weekend. Upstairs, Jeff Roberts is ready to go, making things happen. I'm Kelly Sutton. I've had 3 hours of sleep and 2 cups of coffee. I'm happy to be here. No, it was a great weekend in Las Vegas. We were out there for Category 10, walking through it. It's not open yet. It will be open in the fall. But then Luke Combs started his new run with the My Kind of Saturday Night Tour. First arena tour. I was there. I got a full report. I'll give it to you coming up in just a little bit. So.
Yeah, I'm the only one that didn't travel in from somewhere today,
Right.
so I have no excuse whatsoever. And I've had 3 cups of coffee, so
Right.
I'll sell your 2 and raise you 1.
You're good to go. Alabama, Nevada.
Nevada.
Yeah. Well, you know
Tomato,
what?
tomato.
I got in trouble one time because when I was still doing television, I said Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And someone told me, if you're from there, you will always call it Nevada.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? Said,
Doesn't
yeah.
sound right. but
Doesn't.
I think that's correct.
That's whatever. I was in Las Vegas. We'll say that.
We know how to pronounce that.
We were in Las Vegas, and we got in late last night, too. But it was just an incredible weekend. So many things that were happening. We had representation in New York City and representation that was happening in Las Vegas with Luke Combs. And then, of course, here at the Grand Ole Opry House with Band is One. All of that. All good things. We'll be talking about it. Aubrey Sellers is walking in here in just a few minutes. New music from Aubrey. And she has a show coming up at the Analog that's happening next month. So we'll give you all the details there. I think we get things started, though. Rewind to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. our friend Jelly Roll. We need a little of this. Remember, Monday can feel like a big fat liar. So here you go. You're hearing it this morning on WSM.
I let you drive around my mind. I can't count the times you made me feel like I'm nothing. Play me like a fool, like a fool. Saying drink another whiskey, pop another pill. Money makes you happy, heaven isn't real. You won't find nobody to love because your heart's too broad. Oh, I know you ain't nothing but a liar. Yeah, I walk right out the fire. Yeah, they try to bring me down, try to put me underground. I'm only going higher. I hear you in my head, in my bed, when I'm dreaming. You try to be my friend, but you're blowing smoke. Oh, and now I ain't scared of telling you where you can go. Look, I know you're nothing but a lie. You burn me one too many times, like the devil in disguise, hiding your true colors. Just leave me alone, keep leading me on. Drink another whiskey, pop another pill. Money makes you happy, heaven isn't real. You won't find nobody to love because your heart's too broad. Look, I know you ain't nothing but a liar. Yeah, I walk right out the fire. Yeah, they try to bring me down, try to put me underground. I'm only going higher. I hear you in my head, in my bed, when I'm dreaming. You try to be my friend, but you're blowing smoke. Oh, and now I ain't scared of telling you where you can go. Look, I know the devil is a liar, y'all. We got Uncle Rose on the pedal steel tonight, y'all. If I was doing what you do, then you would swear I poison you. You're nothing but a liar. Yeah, I walk right out the fire. Yeah, they try to bring me down, try to put me underground. I'm only going higher. I hear you in my head, in my bed, when I'm dreaming. You try to be my friend, but you're blowing smoke. Oh, and now I ain't scared of telling you where you can go. Look, I know you're nothing but a liar. The devil is a liar, Nashville. The devil is a liar.
Jelly Roll, everybody.
Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Are you not entertained?
Presented in part by Hemisphere Coffee Roasters.
Starting with one store in 1978, Boot Barn has become the largest Western and workwear retailer in the nation. Supporting those who feed, build, and protect America, we offer the largest selection of cowboy boots, work boots, Western wear, workwear, and outdoor gear. With over 500,000 pairs of boots and thousands of top-quality jeans and clothing, it's an honor to support the people who make our country so great. Boot Barn. Keep West.
Springer Mountain Farms is a brand people trust. They're American in every sense of the word and take great pride in producing simply superior Springer Mountain Farms chicken for you and your family. Hi, this is Bill Cody. At Springer Mountain Farms, the best flavor and quality are guaranteed. They have a long-standing commitment to using 100% U.S.-grown corn and soybeans to feed their chickens, and they raise their chickens responsibly on family farms in the hills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. All Springer Mountain Farms practices and procedures are American Humane certified. Springer Mountain Farms Simply Superior Chicken is always all natural and never fed any animal byproducts, antibiotics, or hormones. At Springer Mountain Farms, they do it all to feed you, America, simply superior Springer Mountain Farms chicken. Visit SpringerMTN.com to find Springer Mountain Farms Simply Superior Chicken at a store or restaurant near you. And experience the Springer Mountain Farms Simply Superior difference today.
Looking for Retirement Renegade with Andrew Winnett? Well, be sure to tune in at his new time on Sunday mornings at 7:30 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Prepare today so you can do the things that you have always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sundays at 7:30 to Retirement Renegade with Andrew Winnett. Firm provides insurance services.
Food Hall Acoustic Desk. This is Coffee Country and Cody.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the Simply Superior studio here at the A Cup House. We opened the door. We got to see her bright and shining face. I said, you might be the most awake out of all of us, Aubrey Sellers.
I got up at 4:45, which is way early for me. But I had to dry my hair, which takes about 2 hours.
Okay, can we talk about that? Do you have a Dyson?
I have a Shark, like the knockoff of
Okay,
it.
yeah. But it does make a difference.
It does.
I know. It's stupid. I did not want to buy into the hype.
I know.
And my hairdresser's like, look, I'm going to tell you, it's going to cut down on the drying time. Your hair's going to look better. I'm like, that thing's pricey. And then I got it and I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's worth it.
We're worth it. So how is everything? I got to see you when you were at the Opry.
Yes.
Just like, was that last week? I don't remember.
Yes. And then I think I saw you too when I played with Parker. You were doing stuff there. Yeah, at CRS. So, but I didn't get to say hi. Yeah.
You sounded amazing
Thank
that night.
you.
That was a really fun gig. It's hard when you're doing stuff in front of industry
Oh,
folks.
absolutely. It's way more nerve-wracking.
I was going to say, okay, so
especially for Parker, sorry.
To set the scene for everybody, Country Radio Seminar, you've got a room full of DJs from across the United States that are all here, and they're all sitting there with their arms crossed like, impress me. And you came out and sang with Parker.
Yeah.
Your harmonies were phenomenal.
Thank you.
But yeah, that room in particular, it's just hard.
Absolutely. And that night he did a pop-up show for fans, the kind of thing where people go like wait outside because it's, you just kind of, it's like we're going to announce the location at the last minute and then people go line up.
Yeah.
And totally, obviously different vibe.
Was it after?
Yes.
I hope. Okay, good.
Yeah. So it was like, wee.
This is fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So take me back. I know you've been around music your entire life. Your mom, your dad, both, like on both sides. At what point were you like, yeah, okay, I'm going to do this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously music is part of my blood, not to be cliche, but I always knew I was going to do something with it. But I definitely had my little rebellious phase where I was doing other things.
Sure.
And, it was about when I was 19 when I started writing songs, I think, seriously. And then started working on stuff. Didn't put out my first record, though, until 2016. So
okay,
it was a minute just, figuring it out and finding out what my music was going to sound like,
That's it. Of course, mom being Liam Womack, dad being Jason Sellers. When you were coming up, what were you listening to? Because I remember my dad loved traditional country.
Right.
So, I mean, we were listening to Ernest Tubb at home. Like, there was a lot of traditional country. I immediately was like, that's not for me. That's my dad's music.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go completely in the opposite direction. Did you have some of that?
I think I appreciated that music, but I would say especially my mom loves really, really traditional stuff. And my dad does too, but he had a little bit, he liked pop and some other things. So I was exposed a little more to I remember like having Michael Jackson tapes and stuff when I was little, some other stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I think when I got in middle school, high school is when I started to listen to a lot more rock. And I think that's, kind of, you can hear that in my music for sure. So I also had a bluegrass phase. I really love bluegrass.
Right.
So I kind of loved it all. But the rock stuff was the thing that neither one of them really listened to that I loved. So that was my rebellion, I guess.
But isn't it fun as you get older? You're like, okay, that was really great music. My dad had really great taste in music, and I'm so glad that I know that and that I had that foundation. I didn't realize it at the time.
Yeah.
But then looking now, I'm like, oh, well, thank goodness I knew who these people were.
Yes.
And, you know,
George Jones, Ralph Stanley, Merle Haggard, Dolly Parton.
Thank you.
Emmylou Harris, all some of my genuine favorites.
Yes.
So I do love them. But, you know, I think just in the music I create and write, it doesn't sound like that, but I still think that they were influences on me, you know, especially singing wise.
Well, and it's so funny. I play a game with my daughter. She's 16, and we will hear something, and I'm like, who's singing this? Who's singing this? Did they ever do that with you?
Yeah. I think we all know. Like, we are pretty, you know, it was funny. We actually were at a restaurant somewhere out of town one time, and they started playing random stuff on, you know, at this restaurant.
Sure.
And I was guessing the year it came out based on like how it sounded.
Okay, now that's way more niche.
And they started calling me Siri, because I was like, this sounds like, I would like listen to the guitar tones and stuff and be like, what was trending at this time, or like what? Yeah. And
isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Well, so knowing that and knowing that each little period of time had its own vibe and its own sound, what are you most drawn to?
What era?
What era?
That's hard. Okay. Well, I would say particularly like rock stuff. I loved that era, probably because it's the time I came around to it, but like the Strokes, the White Stripes, sort of the like late 90s, Nirvana, even like 90s and 2000s rock I love. But then I also love
Chili Peppers were hot, like right in there too. Yeah.
I'd probably say 70s though too. Like I love CCR, I love Led Zeppelin, and then that's also the era of like George Jones, Dolly. So 70s was pretty hot for music.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. So blending all of that together with your sound, we've got new music now. So we're going to actually play the video for Little Rooms coming up in just a few minutes. But just give us some of the behind the scenes, like what's going on when you're writing. Is it more melody focused? Are you more lyric focused? How does that all come together for you?
I would say overall I'm more of a melody person.
Okay.
I would say this record though is more lyrically focused, I think, than a lot of my previous stuff. Not that I wasn't paying attention to the lyrics, but I feel like because it's a concept record, it's called Attachment Theory. It's all about relationships, and I have a companion podcast that goes along with it. And so I think that when I was writing this, I was really focused on what the songs were about. So it's kind of that, you know, marrying of the lyrical depth with the production and the music, which I really love. That's like my favorite part of making music. So being in the studio, to me, like a song's not done until I've produced it. And Ethan is here, the person who produced it with me. He's an incredible guitar player. And that's my favorite part. So melody, production, I really love.
That, you know, that's the fun thing, because those are all of your worlds coming together, you know, just having all of it there. Do you really enjoy the podcasting part of it?
So that has been a real surprise for me. One, because I'd never done it before. I did it like in my bedroom, planned it all out, started putting out the episodes thinking I have no idea if anyone is going to connect to this at all, you know?
Right.
Obviously I love it when people compliment the music and like the music and connect with the music. But when people say stuff about the podcast, I get so excited, because it's, you know, I had no idea if it was going to land at all. And I really enjoy doing it. This concept of attachment theory is connected to this record, and I don't think I would want to continue only talking about relationships, you know, like after 11 episodes, I think I've exhausted that for myself, and I'm like a multi-interested person, you know.
That's when you start taking callers.
Right. And so I think it probably will be something I continue, but it will evolve into something else, I think.
So in learning about this, what is your attachment style?
Actually, shockingly, I'm fairly secure.
Okay.
Possibly leaning a little anxious. I've taken tests and they usually come out secure. You can take tests online and kind of get your baseline. But I will say attachment styles aren't static. Like depending on who you're in a relationship with, if they're very avoidant or very anxious, you can kind of polarize on the opposite end of the spectrum to kind of keep things balanced. So it depends on what relationship you're in. And so that's kind of stuff I explore in the podcast about figuring out your dynamic and figuring out, are you just not compatible with this person, or are these things you can work on, you know? So I'm not a therapist, but I do enjoy this stuff. And I kind of say it's like me talking to my friends about this stuff. And, you know, I've read a lot of books about it, and it's just something I'm interested in.
Well, now knowing that you have this music, are there certain people that you're like, you really need to listen to track 4?
This song's for you in particular.
This one will really really hit home with you.
You know, like this record isn't about one relationship or anything like that, but there are different songs that I think are applicable to different very relatable situations. You know, there's a song on the record called Subatomic, which is about when someone's critical in a relationship and making you feel small, you know, and there's a song Little Rooms, which you mentioned, that's about kind of getting to know someone and then getting further and further into their mind and figuring out, ooh, this is not really for me. You know, so there's just different songs on the record that I think are really relatable. And Trigger Happy, which is about someone who is not wanting to do the work on their own wounds. And it sounds like it's all really heavy, which the subject matter kind of is, but it's still a fun experience to listen to, I think. And something like Trigger Happy, you can listen to your car and it's very cathartic and sing out loud, you know. That
I like that. I like that. So when you finish something, who do you let listen to it first?
I think I send it to like my loved ones because I want them to know.
Sure.
I want them to see what they think about it. But like, I'll send it to my family, you know, I get their opinion and, you know, they aren't necessarily, like I said, they don't listen to that type of music, but I think they still have an appreciation for, you know, what it is. And I always like to get their opinions, but my friends, I love it when they listen to it because they're always just sweet.
I was going to say, is there a difference? Because, you know, I have people that I know I'm going to bounce stuff off of and they're going to be like, that's so great. I'm so proud of you. And then I have people that are like, okay, well, here's what we need to tweak.
Totally.
Right?
I would say my dad is the person that he's not critical, but he will say, you know, I love this and maybe here's something I noticed about it, which I like. I appreciate because he's a producer and even though he makes different kind of music than me, he, you know, I respect his opinion. So I like to get his feedback. He's the person I go to for like, you know, not critical, but constructive feedback.
There you go. Okay. Constructive. Yeah. And how is mom's reaction? Is she just like, I love you. You're so good.
She's not going to get, she historically just in all areas, I think my mom is like, do your thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to give my opinion because it doesn't matter what my opinion is.
That's kind of great, though.
I mean, obviously, she gives me positive feedback. But, yeah, I think she's, in general, just kind of like, do your thing, which is great because I think it's encouraged me to be independently minded, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to play it right now. It's Little Rooms, brand new Aubrey Sellers. You're seeing it and hearing it all around the world on WSM.
Coffee, country, and Cody.
I mean, how do you prepare for something like this?
WSM.
Looking for Retirement Renegade with Andrew Winnett? Well, be sure to tune in at his new time on Sunday mornings at 7:30 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Prepare today so you can do the things that you have always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sundays at 7:30 to Retirement Renegade with Andrew Winnett. Firm provides insurance services.
Get ready, Middle Tennessee. The Nashville Flea Market is back this weekend at the Fairgrounds Nashville. Shop over 200 vendors, indoors and outdoors, rain or shine. Find antiques, vintage clothing, toys, baked goods, and so much more. Doors open Friday and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Free entry, just $10 cash for parking. Don't miss the best deals in town at the Nashville Flea Market, happening this weekend only at the Fairgrounds Nashville, the place to show and sell.
Good Monday morning. This is Holly Thompson with your WSMV4 News Update. President Donald Trump is headed to Memphis today. The White House says the visit will focus on the achievements of the Memphis Task Force. Now, since the task force began, more than 7,000 arrests have been made. While many are excited to see the president in the area, some others are against the task force altogether. MPD data is showing a 43% drop in serious offenses compared to last year, but the task force has been criticized for some racial profiling during traffic stops. Protests are scheduled ahead of the president's arrival. Changes are on the way for WeGo bus routes as the summer creeps closer. Today, officials with the transit service want to hear from you. The meeting starts at 6 p.m., where you can tell WeGo your thoughts about the upcoming transit plans for Nashville and the Mid-State. You can find a full breakdown of when and where those future meetings will be held and proposed changes to those bus routes. It's right now on our WSMV4 app. Today, families can pick up free groceries in Sumner County. The Westmoreland Dream Center is hosting a free food giveaway. Lineup will begin at 9:30 this morning. This is at the center there on Thompson Lane. You do not need to sign up in advance, and an ID will not be required. You can follow updates on these stories and the latest on your First Alert forecast. It's all in the WSMV4 News app. From the WSMV4 Newsroom, I'm Holly Thompson.
WSM weather.
From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your First Alert forecast.
I'm First Alert meteorologist Melanie Layden. After an incredibly warm weekend, our temperatures will be much cooler today. Highs expected to be back in the low 60s. We'll see a mix of sunshine and clouds, overnight lows down to the 40s, and will gradually warm throughout the week.
Right now we're at 45 degrees, feels like 38, partly cloudy skies. Here's David Reed with a look at sports.
March Madness in full swing, and it was a busy weekend for the basketball tournament. Rick Barnes and his Tennessee Volunteers, they are headed to the Sweet 16 for the fourth year in a row following a win on Sunday night over Virginia. 79-72, they're next up on the docket for a Friday showdown between them and the Iowa State Cyclones. Iowa State was the team that sent Kentucky home over the weekend with an 82-63 win over the Wildcats. Vanderbilt on their way home as well following a heartbreaking loss to Nebraska 74-72. And a big weekend in NASCAR, throwback weekend at Darlington Motor Speedway. The Lady in Black. It has been a dominant performance so far by Tyler Reddick this season. He has won 4 races. And how old is the NASCAR season, you ask? They are 6 races in, and he has been absolutely dominant and looks to continue.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Welcome into this Monday, sitting at our Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk. We've got Aubrey Sellers here. It's so good to see you. I'm so happy you're here. Just played the Opry, and you have another show coming up. Going to be at the Analog at the Hutton, Saturday, April 25th. All right, so overall, which room in Nashville feels the most comfortable for you to play in?
Ooh, Nashville's hard because like you were saying earlier, it's a lot of industry people, and also, ironically, I think when something's more intimate, it makes me way more nervous.
Does
like
it?
If I play like an arena or something, I'm like, this is fine because it's kind of like more of a blur, you know?
Sure.
So I loved Ascend Amphitheater a lot.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Such a magic, like outdoor. Obviously, everyone loves the Ryman, which I also love. But But Ascend is really cool. If the weather's great, it's like magical outside. Magical vibes.
So good. Oh, I forgot to ask you. I wanted to ask the other night. You had on the coolest outfit at the Opry.
Thank you.
You just have such a great sense of style, by the way. So tell me about the outfit. It had like little lips all over it, like kisses all over it. Where was that from?
It's Alice and Olivia. You know that brand?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I actually went into Nordstrom that morning because I was like, I need something to wear. And it was one of the first things I saw. And I was like, that's it. And yeah, I feel like Attachment Theory, a lot of like lips, hearts, like that's been red is kind of in the vibe. So I was like, this is perfect. And then of course denim. So I feel like it was just very Opry-esque.
It looked great.
Thank you.
It looked absolutely great. First time that you played at the Opry, was it 2016?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. What was that night like? Do you remember what was going through your head?
I do. I mean, playing the Opry is always nerve-wracking for me because, like, for instance, this past time it was Vince Gill was going on after me with Daly and Vincent, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess it's better not to follow that.
Sure. Like, better he's happy. I get it.
But you know, and making my debut, I grew up going to the Opry, so my dad played with Ricky Skaggs a lot,
right?
And so, you know, it's very nostalgic for me to walk in and smell the popcorn. That's the thing I always think of.
Yeah.
And so it was just a lot of things. And it was at the Ryman, you know.
Yeah.
So it was at the kind of old Opry, which was really cool. And they did like a video. And so you can still go watch that on YouTube of my debut.
Wow. So, yeah, having a debut, but then also having it at the Ryman, that's like the big double whammy.
Yeah.
You're really right there getting all that hillbilly dust on you.
Absolutely.
I love it so much. Okay, so tell me about the song that we're about to do. This one, Subatomic? Is that what you're working on?
That's right.
Okay.
So I mentioned this earlier, but it's about someone being critical in a relationship and making you feel small, so small that you feel subatomic.
Oh,
tiny.
Gosh. I mean, there's so much that you can dig into with that. And it's like, why did I let myself feel that way? Why did they want to make me feel that way?
Absolutely.
Like,
and it's one of those things where you look back and you're like, why did I let myself go through that? But it's such a slow process, I think, that you over time just kind of erode. I mean, and this song, I guess, was kind of me reclaiming that and putting that into words, which I'm always really driven to write when I'm emotional, you know? So it's, you know, people say, it's like my therapy, but it kind of is. It's like an outlet for you.
Sure.
And so I hope that anybody else going through this experience can have this song to at least know that this happens to other people and there is another side to come out on, you know?
All right. And introduce your band for us.
This is Ethan Ballinger.
Hi, Ethan.
He co-produced the record with me. He's an incredible guitar player. He plays with Miranda Lambert now, and yeah, great producer.
Thanks for being here. All right, take it away whenever you're ready.
Nuclear reaction, break me down to size. Opposites attract, and you're always the anti. Elemental changes, structure rearranges. Now I'm subatomic, 'cause you're just being honest. Break up, part the parts of me that aren't what you want them to be, and make me smaller, subatomic. Is this what you intended? Is it what you had in mind? A version so diminished, but one you can't confine. Is this what I'm stuck with? Forever deconstructed. Now I'm subatomic, 'cause you're just being honest. Break up, part the parts of me that aren't what you want them to be, and make me smaller, subatomic.
That is the coolest sound.
Thank you.
I love it. We don't get an amp in here very often, but just to hear that, it felt so spacey,
Right?
like you're just floating in space,
Absolutely.
a little particle. That's so good.
Thank you. That's the first track on the record, and I feel like when people ask me, like, what's your favorite song? I mean, obviously I like them all for different reasons, but I feel like Subatomic, we chose to open the record with that because it's really has that spacey vibe, but kind of just sonically encompasses what the record sounds like as a whole, I think.
That is so cool.
Thank you.
I love it. So in looking at this now body of work that you have out, what's out there that you're like, okay, I'm really itching to explore this next? I know you're like, this is brand new. I just put this out. But I think that everybody is like that. And Willie has this great, like, he puts an album out, and when he puts an album out, then that project is done. He's already put that to bed. He's not gonna talk about it. He's not gonna do media about it. He's like, oh, that's already passed because it's done. So how do you feel about putting out a project like this? Is it like, okay, I'm ready to move to the next level, I want to do something different? Or,
you know, what's funny is from I guess behind the scenes, it felt like it took less time than some of the other projects I've made. Like, I take like quite a bit of time between records because I like to live life and figure out what my songs, I guess, are going to be about, and make sure that I have something to say, you know? And so I don't know yet. I will say, I feel like I need to live life a little bit to know, but I do have a few things. I have a lot of songs kind of on the roster right now. So I think we're going to go back in the studio in a couple months and maybe do a little like add on to the record. Cause I have a few so I'm not ready, actually, opposite. I'm not ready to leave this land yet.
So it's like extra sessions.
Right.
If you're going to therapy with attachment theory, then these are your extra sessions.
Exactly.
The bonus sessions with the therapist.
Exactly.
I love it. Will there be more podcast sessions that go along with the bonus
I really
sessions?
want to do what you were talking about earlier and have some guests, I think. I have, I know actually a girl who was my therapist in LA when I lived out there for a few years. She wrote a couple books that she's put out and has been kind of blown up on Instagram. I'd love to get her because she's an actual therapist and have her opinion on this. And so there are some things I'm kind of cooking around with that, and I think I will do some bonus episodes.
I just dig it.
We
love it. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, Ethan, for coming in and being here this morning. Playing at the Analog at the Hutton Saturday, April 25th. Go out and see Aubrey Sellers. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Coffee, Country, and Cody.
The following program is for entertainment purposes only.
Presented in part by Puckett's Restaurant.
Merch Madness is here at Puckett's Restaurant. Through April 7th, take advantage of buy one, get one 50% off all regular size Puckett spices and sauces. That includes our famous original and spicy barbecue sauces, house marinade, and pepper sauce. Plus, delicious spices like all-purpose seasoning, burger shake, rib rub, and barbecue rub. Mix and match to build your perfect flavor combo. Shop online at puckettsrestaurant.com/shop or stop by any of our 8 Puckett's locations to stock up.
We're talking today with Jeff Roberts of Jeff Roberts & Associates, the working man's lawyer. One bad accident can change everything. What should you do next?
Jeff, I was in a car accident and the insurance company is pressuring me to settle fast. Should I take the offer?
Not so fast. Insurance companies want to settle quickly and cheaply. Their first offer usually isn't even enough to cover medical bills, lost wages, and long-term recovery.
But my bills are stacking up. I need money now.
I get it, and that's exactly why you shouldn't settle for less than what you deserve. Once you accept, there's no going back. We handle the negotiations, fight for maximum compensation, and if they won't be fair, we take them to court. You focus on healing, we'll handle the rest. Give me a call today at 615-425-4400 or look us up online at middletninjury.com. That's middletninjury.com.
Jeff Roberts & Associates, the working man's lawyer.
Music City Roots at Harkin Hall, featuring John Cowan Trio, Lamont Landers, and J.D. Simo, March 25th. An extraordinary evening blending new grass revival favorites with soul, electrifying bursts of rock and roll and R&B. Legendary artist Jim Lauderdale will host, and Keith Filbry will announce. And Ranger Doug Green of Riders in the Sky will interview each artist for an intimate, insightful evening. Get your tickets for March 25th at harkinhall.com, just 11 minutes from downtown Nashville.
Here's a performance from a recent episode of Opry Live on Coffee, Country, and Cody.
If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me? For to ease my pain. If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain. Well, the nights are long, and the morning's warm, and the morning's warm with the lights of love. And you'll listen right if you close your eyes, and that would break my heart in two. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me for to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain.
Baby's with me now, since I showed her how to lay her lily hand in mine. Red leather green, she's a sight to see, and a treasure for the poor to find. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me for to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would run to you. I would swim the seas for to ease your pain.
Steve Earle, the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry. And this amazing band. Thank you.
I love that they fight to introduce each other. It's like, Steve Earle, no, Emmylou Harris. No, it's both of us on stage at the Grand Ole Opry. But that was the night that he was inducted into the Opry family. What a special moment. Welcome in, everybody. Coffee Country and Cody. We were discussing so many things that have happened over the weekend. What a busy weekend. We were kind of scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, diced. Everybody was everywhere. Charlie Matos was in New York City for the Carnegie Hall show, which was incredible, according to all who got to see it and take pictures and be a part of it. So congratulations to the team, the Grand Ole Opry being at Carnegie Hall. I was in Las Vegas. We were touring Category 10, and I have some video to show you. This is like behind the scenes sneak peek. Category 10 was formerly Margaritaville. So you'll see it, but it's all down to the studs. And please note that I have on a very fashionable hat. It is right across from Caesar's Palace, if you're familiar. We're walking through looking at it. It's down to the studs right now. And here's Luke Combs putting on his He had to have a hard hat, and he had to have the high visibility vest as well. We all had on matching orange vests, which was great. But he got to see it for the first time. It was so cute. He got to walk out on the balcony. And as he was on the balcony, these people walked by and they go, "Hey, we're coming to the show tomorrow night." They recognized him and he was waving to him. It was cute.
That's really cool.
It was cool for them, right?
What a fun experience for them.
You're like, we're in Vegas to see Luke Combs. And we just saw Luke Combs at his new bar. Again, if you've been to Category 10 here in Nashville, it's going to have a lot of the same elements. They're going to have the hat wall, which all includes like hats that were given from his fans on the wall. So I think 100 different hats will be featured there. There are, I want to say they were talking about like 5 different bars, but that might be low. There might be more than that. They've got the main one that's downstairs. They're going to have line dancing. They've got the still, which is his favorite. It looks like a whiskey still, only this time it's behind a secret wall.
Oh, like a speakeasy.
Right? It's going to be a wall of guitars, and you push the wall open, and that's where the still is.
Now,
Awesome. Yes.
I am behind, I guess.
It's
Or
okay.
maybe I'm ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I thought that you were going to the opening of the bar.
No.
But I know nothing.
Right.
Because, I'm on the low end of the totem pole for this company.
Stop.
So I thought for sure you were there capturing.
We were doing
So when
it.
I looked up just now and I saw pipes.
Hard hat.
Hard
yeah, we're
hats
down
and
to the studs.
pipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked. So
They're
that's
turning
exciting.
they're turning that thing around. It's going to open like for business. Pour me a beer, sit down at the bar in October.
Okay, wow.
So
They've
it's
got
going to
long
be a minute
summer ahead of them.
Is it also going to have the eye? The
Yes.
big light like the one downtown? That's awesome. That's
So there's
cool.
a chandelier in the one downtown.
Yeah.
It looks like a hurricane, and then every hour rain droplets drop down that are just like crystals. Have you been in there? You haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that part. I've
So
been up to
cool.
the rooftop a couple of times, and I've been there for some work events, but I've not been there for when the hurricane occurs.
They do this sound effect. You hear thunder and like the lights flash that looks like
cow blows
lightning.
through.
A cow blows through. They scream, "We've got debris!"
That's Twister. You're thinking about
That's right.
the wrong natural disaster
It's
here.
fine. It's all the same. Glenn Powell comes out. He's on the side of the stage. It's great. It's really cool. But yeah, it's going to be opening in October. So get ready for that. And it is right there on the Las Vegas Strip. I mean, such a cool spot. So then, if that wasn't big enough, like all of the things, Luke is like, let me do all of life's events all at once. He has a brand new baby at home that's like 6 weeks old. Then he drops an album with 22 tracks on it on Friday. He tours his new bar that's going to be opening in October. And he kicks off his stadium tour this same weekend. I was like, you could have spaced it out a little bit, but whatever. Let's just do all the things. Saturday night, my kind of Saturday night started. Allegiant Stadium set a new record. It was 70,930, I think. I saw the number. So huge. Here's a little tiny bit of the very last song that we were waiting for all night. So you get a look at the stage. It's in the round. Take a listen. There's pyro. There's, lights above, below. The stage rotates. So, yeah, it is a full spectacle. And he's doing it. Look at him. He's killing it. Right before this, he goes, "Las Vegas, I need every bit of it tonight. Give it to me." It was great. And I will tell you, that place was crazy. Everyone was singing every word to every song along with him. So that's the little finale. I'll give that away for you. He didn't get a chance to rehearse on that stage because it was so huge. They had no place in Nashville where they could build it. They built like a fourth of it so he could practice.
Yeah, you had tried to explain that stage to us earlier this morning, but seeing it now,
Yeah.
that thing is phenomenal.
It's crazy big. Huge. And huge props to everybody that was on that stage, from Thelma and James, the opener, then Ty Myers. Dierks Bentley ran around that stage. I know at the end of the night he had to be exhausted. I really wanted to say, hey, what's your step count for tonight? Because he was doing like Drunk on a Plane and 5150, and he is running all around. And then Luke was all over the place. He was walking down on the wings and high-fiving people. He also did a walk-in, kind of like a Morgan Wallen thing.
Okay.
but he did a walk-in. At the end of his walk-in, he stopped. There was a table. They all did shots together, and then he ran up on the stage.
Well, it's a good thing they're in Las Vegas. You can get one of those IV things on every corner. So
correct.
It's perfect place if you're going to run around a stage for 2 hours a night.
If you're going to do it, that's absolutely the place to do it. Again, that's going to be opening in October. And congratulations to everybody involved with Susan G. Komen. Last night was The Band Is One. It was here at the Grand Ole Opry, raising over $900,000. Trisha Yearwood, she was the spearhead of this. And so we said, hey, Trisha, why did you want to do it at the Opry? Here's what she had to say.
The Opry feels so much like home to me. So when you walk in, you already feel comfortable because you're in a space that you know well and that you love. And it just makes sense that that these two great institutions would be collaborating.
Yes, it's like they go hand in hand. It's perfect.
That was Amber Anderson backstage doing interviews last night. Again, $900,000 raised. Congratulations to everybody that was involved in that. Okay, we're going to rewind to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. Talk about a party. How about a little John party? This is the new one, Boots Off. You're hearing it this morning right here on Coffee Country and Cody.
She's got a Friday night fever and she's ready to roll. I got a pocket full of cash, ready to blow. One shot, two steps, slip out the back door, then we'll take it on home for a whole lot more. 'Cause we drank our last drink, danced our last dance. There's a whole lot more than a pretty good chance we'll be loving till the song comes up. When my blue jean baby starts to come undone, no, I can't get my boots off quick enough. No, I can't get my boots off quick enough. Now it's pedal to the metal, driver, get us to the house. I wanna do what she's back here talking about. One step, two step through the front door. This old cowboy has gonna hit the floor. 'Cause we drank our last drink, danced our last dance. There's a whole lot more than a pretty good chance we'll be loving till the song comes up. When my blue jean baby starts to come undone, no, I can't get my boots off quick enough. No, I can't get my boots off quick enough. She starts turning me on and turning it up. No, I can't get my boots off quick enough. Cause we drank our last drink, danced our last dance. There's a whole lot more than a pretty good chance we'll be loving till the song comes up. When my blue jean baby starts to come undone, no, I can't get my boots off quick enough. No, I can't get my boots off quick enough. She starts turning me on and turning me up. No, I can't get my boots off quick enough.
More coffee. Coffee, Country, and Cody.
It's going to be awesome, baby, with a capital A.
WSM.
Wildflowers, wild horses.
Hey everybody, it's Lainey Wilson. I hope you'll visit my exhibit at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. The exhibit follows my story from my hometown of Baskin, Louisiana, to the years I spent working to make it in Nashville. The exhibit is now open. Visit countrymusichofoffame.org for details.
Hey y'all, I'm Blake Shelton. Being from Oklahoma, I know a thing or two about natural disasters. Tornadoes are common where I'm from and have affected my life and the lives of people I care about. No matter where you live, be aware of the dangers in your area and have a plan. You can create an emergency kit, come up with an evacuation plan, and know where to seek shelter. You never know when a disaster may hit. These simple steps can help save a life. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
From the Simply Superior Studio, inside the Springer Mountain Farms Acuff House, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody, presented in part by Puckett's Restaurant.
Your radio home for the Opry. WSM, Nashville.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. President Trump's threat to obliterate Iran's power plants if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed is being put on hold. The president posted on True Social this morning that the U.S. and Iran have had what he called very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution to our hostilities in the Middle East. NBC is reporting Iran says no such talks have taken place. An air traffic controller appears to admit he messed up in the heat of the moment when an Air Canada plane collided with a rescue vehicle at LaGuardia Airport late last night during landing, leaving the pilot and co-pilot dead.
That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my stuff, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier, and I messed up.
No, man, you did the best you could.
In addition to the deaths of the pilot and co-pilot, 41 people were sent to the hospital, some with serious injuries. LaGuardia is shut down at least through 2 p.m. Eastern. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
WSM weather.
From the Springer Mountain Farms Weather Center, here's your First Alert forecast.
I'm First Alert meteorologist Melanie Layden. After an incredibly warm weekend, our temperatures will be much cooler today. Highs expected to be back in the low 60s. We'll see a mix of sunshine and clouds, overnight lows down to the 40s, and will gradually warm throughout the week.
45 right now, feels like 39 outside, and here's a look at sports with David Reed.
Sitting in for Charlie Matos today. March Madness in full swing all weekend long, full of upsets. But the good news, if you're a Tennessee basketball fan, Rick Barnes and his Vols are dancing into the Sweet 16. They will face off against Iowa State coming up on Friday. That Iowa State team is the one that sent the Kentucky Wildcats packing. Our condolences to John Conley. That was an 82-63 win over the Wildcats. Vanderbilt Commodores, their season comes to an end as well. They exited the tournament in heartbreaking fashion with a 74-72 loss to Nebraska over the weekend as well. And the big upset last night was the reigning, defending national champion Florida Gators. They came into this tournament as one of the top teams looking to defend that title once again, and they were upset on Sunday night. It was a late 3 by the Iowa Hawkeyes, and they upset the number 1 Gators 73-72. Our condolences again to Amber Anderson as her Gators are being sent home as well. And a big weekend for NASCAR in Darlington, and it was Tyler Reddick once again winning his 4th race of the season. There so far has only been 6 races.
We want to say thank you to Aubrey Sellers for coming in. That brand new album is out. It's Attachment Theory. She's going to be playing at the Analog at the Hutton. That's Saturday, April 25th. So you can go stream the album, buy the album, and then go see her in person. And we also have Georgette Jones who's coming up. She's going to be in here in just a little bit. Going to have a tribute coming up. That's going to be happening on the Ryman Auditorium Monday, March 30th. A tribute to Tammy, the First Lady of Country Music. So that's going to be very cool.
That's going to be fun.
We'll talk about that coming up. Thank you to everybody who was a part of not only the Band as One concert that happened here last night, raising $900,000 for Susan G. Komen, but then over the weekend, We had two big things that were happening with the company. Looking at the new Category 10 that's going to be opening in Las Vegas in October, and also Carnegie Hall. And thank you, David Reed, for filling in this morning for
My
Charlie
pleasure.
Matos.
I'm going to go take a nap somewhere now.
Oh, no, we still have 1 hour. You can't go anywhere
gosh.
yet. Not so fast, my friend. We continue on WSM Radio. We'll see you on TV again tomorrow.